Welcome back to the NSL presented by BMO. We've got your starting 11s for AFC Toronto and the Calgary Wild just ahead. Thanks for joining us. Let's start with Calgary, the home side. And no changes to their lineup from their last matchup against the Montreal Roses. Lydia Bedford was really happy with what she saw from her two new additions up front, Harvey and Baucom. And Maggie Doherty-Howard had a chance to catch up with her ahead of the game about what she sees as her team's key to victory. Calgary captain Maggie Doherty-Howard joins me pitch side. Maggie, AFC Toronto has had your number in the previous two meetings. What makes you confident that the Wild can take the 3 points this afternoon?
Yeah, I think the last two times we've played them, the result hasn't come our way, but there have been good moments to take from both of those games. So I think we know that we can play with them and we have the ability to get 3 points off of them. So it's just executing our game plan for the full 90 minutes and making sure that we don't lose focus or, lose discipline in key moments and then take our chances when they come.
Coach Lydia Bedford says you're known for your pregame chats, your motivational speeches. I'm wondering what the message is for your squad today.
Yeah, I think this week we've just talked a lot about trusting ourselves. We're in a little bit of a tough spot recently in terms of getting results, but we have the quality and we have the ability to get results. So it's just having that trust in one another that we can get the job done. So, playing those passes in tight spaces, trusting each other to take on people 1v1, to defend 1v1. And I think that's the message for this week, and build that confidence within the group.
Appreciate your time and good luck today.
Thanks.
For AFC Toronto, two changes from their last matchup against Vancouver. Croy Soto comes back into the back line, and new signing Sarah Stratigakis gets her first start in the midfield. Meantime, leading scorer Kaylee Hunter, 7 goals on the season. She's looking for more today, and I had a chance to catch up with her ahead of the match. AFC Toronto striker Kaylee Hunter joins me now from field level. You're a Calgary native. Is there a little extra incentive when you're playing in your hometown to earn those 3 points?
Yeah, for me, it's super exciting to be back home, get to play in front of friends and family, but full focus is on the game today. Obviously, it's a pleasure to be back at home. It's a full circle moment coming back here, but yeah, super excited to play, and yeah, we want that 3 points today.
With Esther Okoronkwo away on international duty, you've been playing alongside Lauren Rowe. How do you feel the partnership has been developing?
I think we've been really, really good these past few games. Obviously, it was a new relationship that needed to be built. And she's a quick player, so if I'm off the front, she's in behind, and vice versa like that. So she's really fun to play with. We trust each other a lot, and we work off of each other. So it's been a pleasure to play with her.
Thanks for this, Kaylee, and good luck today.
Thank you.
There is Kaylee Hunter getting ready for today's match in front of friends and family, but there is the focus on hand, and that is the 3 points for both of these teams on Super Saturday at McMahon Stadium, the second game of a triple header for the Northern Super League. And there's Catherine Harvey on the right-hand side there in the back, maybe looking to open her NSL account today in front of the home fans. Earlier today it was Halifax and Montreal playing to a 1-1 draw. What will this game have in store? Toronto has had the upper hand on Lydia Bedford's club 2-1 in the past previous meetings, but a lot has changed in 49 days between these two teams. Lots of improvement, new players on both sides. And what will the result be today? Doherty-Howard giving her usual pre-game chat, saying it's about being on the same page today. There's Sarah Stratigakis earning her first start of the season, just acquired during that summer transfer window. Had been playing with Saint Etienne in the French League. And now slotting into that midfield. Very technical player. And Coach Marko Milanovic said that Stratigakis will really help complement the already pieces that he has in the midfield on his team. Of course, Emma Regan, Nikki Small among them. Sheila Couture takes the middle today for the referees. The 33-year-old out of Sherbrooke, Quebec. Her 8th NSL game as referee, 9th this season. Gabrielle Lemieux, Shaquia Tajik, the assistants, and Shaylin Holdaway, the 4th official today. Lauren Rowe kicks things off for AFC Toronto in their baby blue kits. Toronto-inspired kits. Stratigakis' first touch of the match. So Toronto moving left to right on your screen. AFC Toronto on a 2-game slide right now. Grace Storty will let that bounce off the corner flag. Cross in the box. Green got a knee on it. Small and Rowe playing little wall pass against each other, but Calgary will take possession. Calgary in their primary purples today, moving right to left on your screen. Lining up in a typical 4-4-2, sometimes looking like a 4-2-3-1, depending on whether they're in possession or out of possession. Baucom. Out of bounds on this touchline. Coach Lydia Bedford. Hoping for more finishing touches from her team today. Doherty Howard getting the call, Emma Regan with the foul there. Marko Milanovic, his team coming off those 2 losses. The last one, 2-1 to Vancouver, where he felt they played the majority of the game well. Had some troubles in transition, being a little overly aggressive. But pleased with the efforts there. Esther Okoronkwo, fresh off her duties with the Nigerian Super Falcons, winning the African Cup of Nations. Not available for today's match. Baucom with her back to goal. She can be dangerous here. Lays it off. The shot on goal, just wide. So Calgary creating just 3 minutes into the match. Shania Robertson looking for her 3rd of the season, but Baucom plays very well with her back to goal and lays it off there to Robertson, who just missed the outside of the post. Sophia Manor, her 11th start of the season today. Green. Doherty Howard. Robertson, not a lot of space. Closed down. Doherty Howard, nice move. And Manor has to be off her line with Baucom streaking in. Rollins looking forward for Hunter. Rolfsma will need to be cautious and lets that run past the touch. Better start from Calgary than their 2-0 loss to Montreal last week, where 2 goals were scored in the first 5 minutes of the match. Happy to be back in the confines of McMahon Stadium. Throw back to Croy Soto. Ball headed forward, Stratigakis running on. Stratigakis finding Rowe. Bounced up and She hit the hand there, but Lauren Rowe from Conception Bay South, Newfoundland. Watched her former team, North Toronto Nitros, win the League One Ontario Cup just earlier this week. Rowe, a fresh signing for AFC Toronto, already with a goal in the season. Small, the touch out to Hunter. Try to get it by Rolfsma, but that'll go out for a goal kick. Michael Rolfsma from The Hague, Netherlands. And Michaela Moore have both been fixtures at that center back position this year. Ball given away. Rowe looking to go 1v1. The shot on goal, stopped! Steph Bukovic. Rowe got it back to Stratigakis, and the shot on goal wasn't far off, but Bukovic had to be there with those quick hands. And it's AFC Toronto on the corner kick. Sheila Couture just grabbing hold of any contact in the box there. Short corner. Barnett plays it in the box, headed away. Slides through. Hunter's on it. Baucom blocks that, and Doherty Howard's out with it. Laying it into Baucom. Baucom looking to Harvey. Two new additions trying to combine, get things going up front. Nice counter by Calgary. Rolfsma looking across, she's got Thurton! Thurton! Oh, what a stop by Manor! Both goalies up to the task early in this one. But Micah Rolfsma to Thurton, we've seen that before this season. For Thurton's first goal of the year, Doherty Howard lays it into Baucom. Whoa, let it run through and read by Soto. Some early excitement here from both sides. And Savitsky gets the call. Hunter a little too aggressive. Doherty Howard and Green on the ball. Doherty Howard lays it in. Oh my, what a shot that was! Off the set piece, Michaela Moore squeaking in, and it's off her foot, not a header this time. Calgary Wild FC on top 1-0. An early set piece by the Wild. Doherty Howard laying this on a plate to Michaela Moore, who just got the toe on it. And the two leaders of the Wild giving their team a 1-0 lead at home. That's the kind of finishing touch that Lydia Bedford's club had been looking for. They've been shut out of their last 2 matches. Small. Regan. Out for a throw-in. So Michaela Moore, her 3rd goal of the season. The first goal that we've seen so far. Lots of action in the early 10 minutes into this match. Rollins will restart back to Manor. Barnett. That left-footed cutbacks. So crisp. Regan finding space. Barnett and Hunter working it. Is that out of touch? It is. Grace Storty, 23-year-old Calgary native, big long throw. Rollins in pursuit, Baucom giving chase. Cathro looking long. She's got Lauren Rowe. And Moore with a nice tackle. Kayla Moore fired up early going. Crossing the box, got to be dealt with, not dealt with, and the shot! There's someone who does not make any mistakes. Kaylee Hunter, her 8th goal of the season, locks this game up at 1. Calgary didn't deal with that clearance, and it landed right on the foot of Hunter. And no chance for Stephanie Bukovic in goal. Green just didn't clear it out, and Hunter landed right to her. It was a gift. And they'll take them any way they come. 1-1 this game. Lots of action on Super Saturday.
AFC Toronto goal scored by number 11, Kaylee Hunter in the 13th minute.
Pickett. Looking for Hunter, running off the shoulder of Rolfsma. Was waiting for the call, they'll play advantage. Cathro, Strategakis. Laying it off to Pickett. And Moore will poke that out for a corner kick. Quick on the corner kick again. Barnett. The cross in. Baucom heads it away. Not out of danger yet. Rolfsma to the top of the box. Pickett. The shot is wide. So Bedford's team got off to the start they wanted, only to concede a goal a few minutes later. But plenty of time left to be played in this match, just 15 minutes in. Vukovic going long, Doherty Howard heading forward to Thurton. Thurton's got some pace on that side. Cathrow's in trouble. Thurton, wonderful cross! Oh, and Manor just got a hand on that. Thurton, the clever cross. Look at this, just behind the defenders facing their own end. Always dangerous. And Bauckham was lurking too. So a set piece where Calgary is dangerous. Coming up, Micah Rolfsma on the corner. Playing it short. Rolfsma, one time. Oh boy! She had a go at goal, wasn't far off. Real hop in the step of the Calgary Wild. Both teams, in fact. In the early goings at McMahon Stadium. Rowe to Stratigakis. And Rowe just punches it a little too long. Barnett couldn't keep that alive, out for a throw. All the way back to Manor. Picked up a big save just a few moments ago. Small to Rowe. Gets the touch by Rolfsma, but goal kick, and Vukovic says, let's take a breather for a second. The action has been end to end. Regan. Stratigakis back to Regan. She's still got it. Regan, a shot from distance. It's a rocket. 2-1 AFC Toronto. And the combination between their central midfielders proves deadly. Regan finding some space, Stratigakis laying it off, and just the missed tackle, and Regan just sent it flying. Third goal of the season for Emma Regan. All of them have been screamers from distance. So 3 goals already in this match inside 20 minutes. Both teams hungry for these 3 points today. On 2 game slides.
Scored by number 8, Emma Regan at the 19th minute.
And you know Calgary's not going to let up here. Bockham. Cathro gets a foot on it. Quick throw. Storty was looking for Harvey. Picked off by Soto. Stratigakis seeing that switch. And the cross in. Vukovic off her line as Hunter was in pursuit. Barnett. Storty not giving her any space. Well defended. Storty taken down. A hard foul by Colby Barnett. Hoping Storty's all right there. Key member of this back line for Calgary. Second year of pro soccer for Grace Storty. Played last year with Braga in Portugal. And of course, growing up in the Calgary area, playing for Willow Bridge as a kid and later winning a national title with Foothills. A natural choice to come back to her hometown. Savitsky. Green finds Robertson. Doherty Howard. Closed down quickly. Robertson has a goal from distance, just over the bar. And Janaea Robertson, also a few goals from distance this year. Small, Hunter. Back to Small. Rowe, wide on this right flank. Almost escaped her. She did earn a corner kick there. AFC Toronto leading the league in corners this year. Go for a short one. Back to Barnett. Looking to curl that in, back post. It's up in the air. Vukovic jumps up to grab that. She's got the hands and she's got the hops. Manners pass off the mark. Calgary will have a throw down here. Doherty Howard taken down. Free kick again for Calgary. Already have a goal off a set piece. Once again, Green and Doherty Howard on the ball. Michaela Moore is in there in the box. Goal scorer already. Green this time. Laying it in. Savitsky trying to keep it alive. Thurton. To Storty. Back to Thurton. Storty's cross in. Moore's there! And offside, but threatening again. Another look. Storty swings that cross in. Moore just offside. And Harvey was at that back post just to cover. Something that Coach Lydia Bedford was saying that they need to do is really attack that back post today. Those will be where some of the scoring opportunities will come from. You're watching NSL Super Saturday presented by BMO. McMahon Stadium is the scene for this third meeting of the season. AFC Toronto leading Calgary 2-1. Part of a triple header in the Northern Super League today. Halifax and Montreal playing to a 1-1 draw. Vancouver and Ottawa still to come tonight. Rolsma, timely tackle. Rollins found Hunter, just lost the footing on it. Small against Green. Looks familiar. Like the last time those two teams met back on June 14th, where Small had a brace. Both of the goals coming from that right side. Vukovic looking forward. Calgary back in control. Moore. Looking across. Baucom to Harvey. Harvey one times the cross in, but handled by Manor. Referee Sheila Couture indicating there will be a hydration break.
This hydration break is sponsored by Powerade.
Well, the announcer beat me to it, but the hydration break brought to you by Powerade. High 20s at McMahon Stadium in Calgary today. Also a chance for the players just to gather their tactics, make sure everybody's on the same page. There's Kaylee Hunter, scored her 8th goal of the season to lead things off for AFC Toronto in the 12th minute. Emma Regan scoring just 6 minutes later for a 2-1 edge after Michaela Moore of Calgary got the game's scoring started. It's been a eventful opening 30 minutes. 2-1 has been the scoreline for both matches this season between these two clubs, but you have a feeling the scoring isn't done yet. Doherty Howard, team captain, and Moore, part of the leadership group, combining on that opening goal for Calgary. Some confusion over who was in possession at that restart. Oh, for another Calgary throw. Pickett back to Soto. Stratigakis gives it away. Robertson in quick pursuit was Hunter. Savitsky, Doherty Howard looking to pop one through for Thurton. Put some pressure on. Barnett able to grab possession. Calgary trying to hem Toronto in their own end. So far managed to get out. Hunter, some space, gaps opening up between the midfield and back line. Rowe, that's offside. Rowe is looking to run off the back of Calgary's defenders, but they held their line. Offside the call. Ten minutes remaining in this opening half, plus added time. Vukovic across to Rolfsma. Looking forward. He's hoping for Harvey. Harvey liked what she saw. Rollins handled that. Rowe down the right side. Green sliding. Called for the foul. Six-year-old native of Sydney, now a New Zealand international. Allie Green. Pickett. Switch to Cathro. Cathro looking for Rowe and had to be headed away by Rolfsma. Barnett on the corner. Again, looking short, just a little bit of wind to contend with. Stratigakis. He's trying to play Regan through. Regan blocks that. Savitsky. Green back to her New Zealand teammate. Michaela Moore. Maggie Doherty Howard. Lovely through ball to Thurton. Doherty to Doherty Howard. Did the one-time cross, didn't have enough juice on it. And Savitsky will be called for the foul on Hunter. Fans don't like it at McMahon Stadium. Hunter was looking to lay it off to Rowe. Rolfsma. Little movement. Finds Doherty Howard. And Toronto quick to close down Doherty Howard. Marko Milanovic saying, you know, she is a footballer, can crack one from both feet. They don't want to give her any time and space today. Rolfsma looking long, read by Soto. Robertson, Doherty Howard, a chance from distance! Over the bar. Lydia Bedford said that Doherty Howard was hitting some screamers at practice throughout this week, so look for her to be taking her number when she gets within distance. Howard just turning 30 last week from Largo, Florida. Been a real great addition to this Calgary Wild team. Was attracted to the strong female leadership here, the vision of this club, the impact they want to make on the community. Through ball, Michaela Moore. We'll make sure that runs out. Out for a goal kick. Nice to see Strategakis back on Canadian soil. Once suited up for the Canadian women's national team. 5 capped. May remember the She Believes Cup a couple years ago. Had the winning goal against Argentina in a 1-0 victory. Storty, lovely touch out of foot. Doherty Howard with some space. Some time and space. Looking for Baucom, it's going through. Robertson. Back to Green. Green. Just couldn't get the footwork to go in her favor. Doherty Howard was trying to lay it in for Robertson. She cut it back. And then Green just too many Toronto feet. Just a few minutes remain in this opening half. A lively opening half, 2-1 for AFC Toronto over the home side Calgary Wild. Rolfsma across to Moore. And they get the switch on. Storty. Space. Doherty Howard to Thurton. The give and go. Doherty Howard laying it in. Storty laying it back, and Baucom. Baucom's there. Baucom's got the shot. Oh, just past the post. Nice build-up by the Wild. Nearly put away by one of their new acquisitions, Story and Baucom. Quick one-time passing. Baucom just wide of the post. Baucom coming over from the USL. Playing with 2 teams there, DC Power, Fort Lauderdale. But what Lydia Bedford and her team were looking for is how prolific she was with Hibernian in Scotland. Doherty Howard. Thurton tried to turn. Moore all the way back to Bukovic. Savitsky looking for the switch. She's got Green. Harvey, oh, just got the mixed signals there. Baucom, I mentioned her time in Scotland, and that was something that AFC Toronto coach Marko Milanovic is also aware of. When she was at Hibs, scoring 25 goals in 32 appearances, and Lydia Bedford saying, you know what, sometimes a player just needs a fresh start, the right environment, some confidence, and she might just flourish. And she's got a great pace and profile up front. So we'll see if there's a breakthrough today for Joriam Baucom. Robertson gets a foot on it. Storty. Wide to Thurton. Thurton pokes it through. Strategakis had to give chase to cover that off. Doherty Howard wins that challenge. Baucom. Thurton. No one was marking her until Emma Regan came in there, had to slide out. Now there's a corner kick. 3 minutes of added time in this opening half, and a chance now for the Wild to tie things up before the break. Thurton knocks the ball in. Savitsky's trying to put a foot on it, and Soto will take a swing and get that out. Green back to Bukovic.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 3 minutes of added time in the first half.
Wolfsma was looking for that diagonal ball across. Rowe. Moore handles that. Back to Bukovic. About halfway through this added time. Ball from Storty, a little long for Doherty Howard. Foul called. That'll be in favor of the Wild. Doherty Howard will just catch her breath here. One last opportunity here. Don't think that this is not dangerous. Any set piece. Doherty Howard had that lovely through ball to Michaela Moore earlier in the game. Wolfsma, a swing and a miss. Small will kick that away, and the whistle blows for halftime. But a lively 45 minutes at McMahon Stadium. Calgary on the board first, Michaela Moore, 8 minutes into the match, but then Kaylee Hunter and Emma Regan scoring 6 minutes apart to give AFC Toronto a 2-1 lead. They'll take that into the locker room. But you have a feeling this game is not over yet between these two clubs, and we'll have more on our halftime show coming up straight ahead on CBC Gem.
post and in. It's the goal they've been waiting for.
That is a highlight we will see over and over and over again. Kazaki! That is absolutely world class. Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to the NSL Halftime Show presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. It's Super Saturday, a triple header of action in the NSL, and we've got a super game for you. AFC Toronto on top 2-1 over the the home side Calgary Wild, I should say. Lively opening 45 minutes, and we'll take you through the action. There was plenty of it. It started in the 8th minute. Maggie Doherty-Howard laying this on a plate for Michaela Moore. Pokes it in with her toe. 3rd goal of the season for Michaela Moore. And look at the celebrations. That was a big one for the Calgary Wild. They hadn't scored in 2 games, so that felt good. But the 12th minute Allie Green, the mistimed clearance right to the foot of one of the deadliest strikers in the league, Kaylee Hunter, the 17-year-old Calgary native, making no mistake for her 8th goal of the season. And Toronto wasn't done either. 6 minutes later, 18th minute, Emma Regan from distance. It was a rocket. No chance for Steph Bukovic. Just fires it home. The twine that wasn't the win, folks. That was a strike. So 2-1 is where we stand after 45 minutes in the first half stats. Pretty even, of course, as you would expect in such a lively game so far. Total shots advantage on Calgary's side, but the shots on target for AFC Toronto, as well as the corner kicks. But very even game with 45 minutes left to play. Well, the fans have been lively here too at McMahon Stadium on a steamy day in Calgary, the Stampede City. More entertaining football from the Northern Super League on CBC Gem just ahead. 45 minutes left to play. It's 2-1 AFC Toronto over Calgary. After a season of firsts, it all comes down to one match. The NSL final hits BMO Field on November 15th, and the race is wide open. Which 2 clubs will rise to the top and earn a shot at being crowned the first ever champions of the Northern Super League? Be there when history is made. Scan the QR code or visit nsl.ca/final to sign up for the ticket presale. The NSL Halftime Show continues on CBC Gem with a check-in with Canadian national team member Chloe Lacasse. She spoke to our Andy Petrillo earlier this week.
Pleased to have on Just Soccer, Chloe Lacasse. Great to see you. We're going to get into some of the video you've been posting on Instagram right now because it's great to see you back on the pitch as well. But Amy Walsh and I were just ranking our top 5 of Canadian transfers, and I'm wondering if there's a move a Canadian has made that's caught your attention.
Yeah, I think right now the biggest buzz is probably what Olivia's done and going to Arsenal. I think there's a special connection there with Sabs and I having played there as well. But I think what she's doing is great, and it's fantastic for the women's game as well. But I'm definitely excited to see what Vanessa does at Bayern as well, and Ashley back in France. I think that's great for all three of them. I think they're going to do fantastic in all their different clubs. But yeah, I think those are probably the biggest Canadian moves this summer.
Okay. Yeah, and you know what? And all those players were mentioned, and both of us had Olivia Smith at number 1. So there you go. We will add you to the list as well as having Olivia Smith at number 1. Let's get to your recovery journey, because a lot of fans online have loved watching it. A lot of people behind you can't wait to see you back on the pitch for both Utah and obviously the national team from entry 1 to 11. And there's been like this poetic feel as well to your entries. What's the biggest challenge you've had to overcome during this period of recovery?
Yeah, I think for me, I've always been a player that's avoided the training room, to be honest. I think in the past I found myself there maybe for a week as my longest recovery timeline, we'll say. So I think that's been the biggest challenge, is just having to accept their help and realizing that the medical staff, they're not the villains, they are the good guys. And it's okay in my current situation to be in there. And yeah, I'm thankful for them. They've done so much for me throughout these last couple months.
Okay, no, I like that. They're not the villains. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to make you better. But maybe what's something that you've learned about yourself during this whole time as well? Because you sound like somebody that's very independent and like, I can do it on my own. I'm good. I don't need the help. Do you find that you had to kind of open up yourself a little bit to letting other people in?
Yeah, I think the first couple months were really challenging for me because I'm pretty brutally independent. And there came a time where I could barely put my own socks on. So I think when someone has to help you put your socks on at the age of like 31, it's pretty terrible. Your health is so important. And you don't realize it till it kind of happens to you. But yeah, just losing a little bit of independence was hard. And just realizing that those people are also there to help you, and they want to be a part of the process, and the highs, the lows, and this was definitely one of my lows for sure. But yeah, I think it's realizing those friends, those family members, that they're always there for you. They're always willing to support you, whether you're at the highest of highs or the lowest of lows. And yeah, I think that's what's special to me throughout the journey, is realizing that.
And speaking of the journey, how important was it for you to also document this whole process, like putting words to paper, writing it, posting it? I mean, was that something that, you learned pretty early on was cathartic for you?
Yeah, I think everyone, there's been so many ACL journeys that have been logged in different ways, and I think for me, I wanted to have the power. I didn't want I didn't want outside sources to be involved. I think I'm someone that doesn't necessarily look for the spotlight, you know what I mean? So this was kind of my way of reaching out to people that wanted to be a part of my journey, and they wanted to know where I was at, but I wanted to control that setting. And I've enjoyed kind of creating a little community around it as well, because I've realized there's a lot of other people that kind of have the same thought process going through it. So they've reached out to me as well, and it's been kind of special to realize, whether they're soccer players or not, it's been kind of a cool experience to have created a community around it.
Well, listen, you touched me because I had ACL reconstructive knee surgery many, many years ago. And I saw this t-shirt that you were wearing. Bad bitches have bad knees. Where can I get this t-shirt?
I know we're working on we haven't created a way to ship our t-shirts to Canada yet, which is really unfortunate. We're working with such a great distributor here in the States. And the quality is so good that we don't want that to decline if we choose a different distributor in Canada, but we're working on it.
Okay.
People reach out as well.
I need that to be hanging here. Next time we do an interview, I need a t-shirt to be hanging here.
Because space right there.
I got bad knees, girls. I mean, I feel you there. Another one of your recent posts, it's you on the training ground, and you said, training pick because I finally made it to the part where I have one. What was that feeling like, stepping onto the pitch, smelling the dirt, the grass, I don't know, running? Like what did it entail, and the emotions involved?
Yeah, that part's definitely been my favorite, safe to say. I'm at the part now where I'm training with the team again, and we're finding normality again, and I think it was necessary, truthfully, because I was starting to drive the medical staff a little bit insane, including myself. So I think they're happy to have a little bit of distance between us both. But yeah, it's been fantastic to be out on the grass, like you said, and just being with my teammates and just doing the thing that I love to do. But yeah, it's finding that normality again, and now it's just kind of picking up the sharpness and just getting repetition after repetition day by day. So we're getting closer.
Are you able to put a timeline on it?
I could tell you it's gonna be pretty soon, but I'm not putting an exact date on it quite yet.
Okay. A player you've already mentioned, obviously, when we were talking about our top 5 Canadian moves, Olivia Smith, and she's going to your former team in Arsenal. What advice would you give her, and what can you tell her to expect when it comes to the fan base?
Yeah, I think everybody knows that Arsenal is kind of leading the stride when it comes to the fan base in women's soccer for sure. They're doing a fantastic job out there. But I think, yeah, Arsenal has incredible world-class talent out there. But Olivia, being the young player that she is, just go enjoy it. Just go be a young player, take risks, have fun, take chances, enjoy the time that you have there. Because I don't think it's a situation you want to put pressure on yourself. She's done great in the past season, so she's just got to keep building off of those, and she will.
Yeah, didn't the fans have a song for you? Do you remember how that song went?
They sure did. I do remember.
Do you want to sing it?
Get it? I'm gonna pass on singing it, but I'm sure if you guys YouTube it, you can find it.
The second half of our match between AFC Toronto and Calgary Wild continues just ahead, but don't forget, we're in the middle of NSL Super Saturday, and the matches continue with Vancouver Rise and Ottawa Rapid coming up 7 p.m. on TSN. That's from Swangard Stadium in Burnaby, BC. Well, thanks for watching the NSL Halftime Show presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. Second half about to begin. Yes, it's Super Saturday. Grab those snacks. The teams still to come back out on the pitch. But what a first half we had. 2-1, 3 goals already. And we know this is the third meeting of the season between the Calgary Wild and AFC Toronto. Identical scores, 2-1 each time for AFC Toronto. And that is currently the situation. Of course, Calgary, the Olympic city back in 1988. Still has the fastest ice in the world at the Olympic Oval for speed skating. And Micah Rolfsma, I know her grandparents from the Netherlands were ecstatic that she signed with Calgary. They were well aware of the ice there. Watched a lot of World Cups from afar. And, of course, Ted-Jan Bloemen, the two-time Olympic medalist, Netherlands born, but Canadian now. So Rolfsma's family pretty happy she's in Calgary. There is the Calgary Wild trailing right now, 2-1. But a really spirited first half, so you have a feeling that the scoring is not done just yet. And we'll see if there's any substitutions for you. We'll confirm that for you in just a moment. Well, there's Echo, the team mascot for the Calgary Wild. Let's show you how the things went down in that opening 45 minutes. Here it is. Maggie Doherty-Howard laying it out for Michaela Moore, who just got that foot on it. Celebrations on when Mouse scores, as she's nicknamed. Unfortunately, it was a giveaway by Calgary Wild right to the foot of young striker and Calgary native Kaylee Hunter. Made it 1-1, 12 minutes in, and then 6 minutes later, Emma Regan from distance, as she's done already this season. That's her third goal from similar territory. 2-1 AFC Toronto. 45 minutes left to play at McMahon Stadium, and the teams are back on the pitch. Calgary final paces for them. Been a rough stretch for them as of late. 1 win in 6 matches. They hadn't scored in their previous 2 matches, so getting that one today was a big one. But they'd like the 3 points at home. And there's Doherty-Howard in the middle. Motivational speech as she's known for. what they need to do to get it done in this final half. Captain Emma Regan trying to get her squad together here. Final words before the second half. Keeping their focus going. A 2-1 edge right now for Marko Milanovic's side. And Hunter scoring in front of her friends and family today. A player Milanovic says is always looking for goal. Just has this tenaciousness about her. Not bad for a 17-year-old. Certainly she'll be on the radar for the U20 World Cup in 2026 in Poland. Canada qualifying for that. And she helped the U17 team qualify for the upcoming World Cup in October, November. Maggie Doherty-Howard getting things going back to Steph Bukovic. Half number 2 is underway. And will we see the same kind of pace we saw in the opening half? Oops, took a bit of a bounce there for Doherty-Howard. Storty. Off the foot of Cathro and out for an early corner kick for the Wild. Thurton providing the service. There is Sarita Thurton. Driving that ball in right to the penalty area, headed away by Rollins. Popped back in. Hunter. Playing in Lauren Rowe. Rowe has got pace. Rowe has got space and launches it. Wide of the goal, though. Rowe had all kinds of time. Regan under pressure gives up that throw in. If you're just joining us, it is Calgary in their primary purple today. Currently moving left to right on your screen, while AFC Toronto are in their secondary kit, designed by multimedia artist Erica Flores. Thurton, Savitsky, Baucom. Moore back to Doherty-Howard. Looking inside. He's looking for Harvey. Green! Green with the goal from distance. Manor had to cover that up quick. Allie Green moving forward. And on her right foot. Well, she had that left-footed screamer earlier in the season against Halifax. Rolfsma. Robertson laying a long ball through. Bauckham was giving chase. But so was Rollins. Pickett. Nice touch out of foot to get out of trouble. Strategakis looking to play Barnett through. Moore back to Bukovic, had to be on her toes there. Kaylee Hunter in pursuit. Thurton, nice bit of skill. Long switch of play. Nikki Small. Small. Oh, she tried to thread the needle to Strategakis and just broken up in the nick of time. Game opening up again. Harvey. Doherty Howard looking to lay Storty through. Rolfsma back to Moore. Soto had to have a nifty touch on that as Doherty Howard was in pursuit. Hunter looking to lay Rowe in. Rowe versus Moore. And the ball easily into Bukovic's arms. One note about the Wild lineup today. Collie Johnson, who's the team's leading scorer, is available off the bench today. 3 goals on the season. She's had a spell of injuries to keep her out of the lineup. Of course, called into the Matildas camp, her first senior camp. Scored her first goal for the Matildas earlier this year. But she's available today. May not see too many minutes. But watch out for her as maybe a super sub coming up for Calgary. Small, nice give and go with Pickett. And now with Hunter. Hunter playing in Small. Down the right side. Small. Driving the cross in, looking for Hunter over her head. Thurton's got to be careful with Barnett in pursuit. Lovely move by Thurton, having a look around to Doherty Howard. Ooh, maybe not the right time for that. Sometimes it feels good at the time when things are running smoothly, but that didn't go in Thurton's favor that time. Regan. Back to Rollins. Cathro. Well, Savitsky was on the case. And Regan has to go back to the drawing board. Out to Small. Rowe, nice touch. Sorry, Pickett. Broken up by Rolfsma. Spinorama turn by Barnett. See Marko Milanovic directing traffic from his coach's box. Okay, the referee Sheila Couture is just calling everyone in. There's apparently lightning in the area, so both the teams are asked to retreat right now off the pitch. 10 minutes into this second half. So again, lightning in the area, so referee Sheila Couture indicating that the teams come off the pitch. Team's just waiting for a word here on what they're going to do. Obviously, you want to keep playing, but safety paramount concern. So it looks like the Wild are going to the dressing room. We'll just await word from field level. Yeah, Sheila Couture just indicating to the teams that they will head to the dressing room area, I believe. We'll get that confirmed for you. We'll give you an update on how long this lightning delay will be at McMahon Stadium. I'm being told it could be 30 minutes while this lightning passes through the area. So all the fans being asked to go to the concourse area, the players asked to go to the dressing rooms. We will have a 30-minute delay in this match. Again, it's right now AFC Toronto leading Calgary 2-1, just 10 minutes into the second half. We will have a lightning break. So stay with us on CBC Gem. Welcome back to the NSL Super Saturday. The weather delay is over. The teams are on the pitch warming up at McMahon Stadium. And we have about 35 minutes left to play and decide this match between AFC Toronto and the Calgary Wild. Currently, Toronto leading 2-1. Well, let's take you and show you how we got to this point. Outside of the weather delay, of course. It got things going in the 8th minute. It was Michaela Moore converting this set piece from Maggie Doherty-Howard. The celebrations were on. Great to see that. She had a bit of a rough game against Montreal, but made up for it with that opening goal there. But Toronto came back. This one, a poor clearance from Allie Green right to the foot of Kaylee Hunter, the 17-year-old Calgary native, her 8th goal of the season. No chance for Stephanie Bukovic. And Toronto wasn't done either. Combination play through their central midfielder, Emma Regan and Sarah Stratigakis, getting things going 6 minutes later. Regan beating that tackle and then firing a rocket into the top corner, her 3rd goal of the season. And that's where we stand right now, 2-1 with about 35 minutes left to play. There is one of the goal scorers of the day's game, Kaylee Hunter. And we'll see if there's any substitutions after that delay. The team's given a 15-minute window to warm up and get themselves ready. But 3 points still up to grab. Well, it's not the only game on the agenda. Earlier today, we saw the Montreal Roses and Halifax Tides play to a 1-1 draw. Latifa Abdu and Amanda Allen scoring there. And then later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern on TSN, you've got the Vancouver Rise hosting the Ottawa Rapid FC. Both teams coming in on victories there. Steph Bukovic talking with one of the team's new acquisitions over the summer transfer window, Jorian Baucom. Had an opportunity for her first goal in the Northern Super League, just a little wide of the post. Been a lively game so far. We'll see if it has the same kind of energy in the remaining part of this second half. Like the music choice as well. A little Milli Vanilli going on at McMahon Stadium. No rain, but there was some lightning in the forecast, which is why we had the 30-minute delay, but the fans are back inside. Players are back on the pitch. And we're just moments away from kicking off the remainder of the second half. Referee Sheila Couture blowing her whistle. These teams will just do their final cheer and back out we go. Watch for early action, especially after restarts. You often see goals scored or goals conceded. We'll see which team is on their toes, ready to go, as Sheila Couture gets this match underway. And it's just like we started in this second half. Thanks for being with us today on CBC Gem. Sorry Mother Nature couldn't cooperate for the whole game, but here we are. I'm Signa Butler taking you through the action. Baucom to Doherty Howard, laying it through. Sarita Thurton. The ball now to Grace Doherty, had a shot on goal right into the arms of Manor. And Manor will send that way up the pitch. Thurton laying it off. Doherty one time, just didn't get the placement on it. Back to Moore. Doherty Howard. Was looking for Thurton, who wasn't quite on her horse just yet. Coach Lydia Bedford is really hoping to see some opposite movements from her forward line to try and impact the back three of AFC Toronto's side. Created a few problems. Asked a few questions of that AFC Toronto defense. So far, so good. A little heavy touch from Robertson. Cathro. Sarah Stratigakis, who had an assist on Emma Regan's goal. Hunter. Hunter. Edged off the ball by Rolfsma. Nikki Small tried to squeak a pass through to Stratigakis, but Vukovic. Savitsky. Storty coming down that line. Stratigakis tried to grab an arm, but Storty keeps going. Doherty Howard laying it through to Jorian Bockham. Oh, tried the back heel. Right off the shins of AFC Toronto. Moore draws the foul from Lauren Rowe. Another look, Storty finding space. Doherty Howard laying it through to Bockham. And was trying to get Storty back with that back heel, but couldn't break through the shins. Pickett. Doherty Howard playing it through to Thurton. Barnett in pursuit. And Thurton earns a corner kick. Lydia Bedford looks on. Her team looking for an equalizer. Thurton drives a low ball in. And no for a throw in. Doherty Howard quickly running to the ball. Doherty Howard to Thurton. The cross in! And cleared away in the nick of time by Emma Regan, got a foot on it. Bockham, the slide tackle. Sheila Couture did not like that, whistled. Regan's okay. Stratigakis. Pickett. Switch to Small. Looking for Hunter, but Rolfsma is there. Edge that out of bounds. "30 minutes and change left to play in this match after that weather delay due to lightning in the area. Just off the foot of green. We'll see a substitution for AFC Toronto. with Zoe Burns standing by, and she'll come on for Sarah Stratigakis. So the two summer transfer window acquisitions exchanged for each other here. Zoe Burns featured in the last match against Vancouver, just 22 minutes in the last match, so looking to play just a few more minutes this time around. Very flexible player in the midfield and defense if needed. Zoe Burns coming over from Fleury in France.
Coming off the pitch, number 16, Sarah Stratigakis. Coming onto the pitch, number 12, Zoe Burns.
Burns as well represented Canada at the youth level, U20. A pair of caps for the Canadian national team. Storty. Storty looking through, the shot on goal off the post! Storty went to her left foot off the post. Calgary nearly ties up the game, and now Lauren Rowe on the attack. Hunter looking to play a through ball, but it goes right to Bukovic. Grace Storty nearly tied up that match. Was looking for another drive up towards goal, but picked off by Pickett. To Small. Burns. Long cross to Hunter. Hunter's in the box, looking for something. Cleared away. Let's have another look at that chance moments ago from Grace Storty. Taking her space on the right side, cutting across her body, across Pickett, and then getting a shot off. Look at that strike. She had Manor beat, but not the post. Regan dueling it out with Maggie Doherty-Howard, winning this battle this time. Barnett. Going 1v1. Storty trying to win that battle. She does, but gives up a corner kick. So opportunity here for AFC Toronto. Kayla Moore directing traffic in the box. Short corner. Barnett and Regan. Small, tried a shot from distance, blocked by Storty. Ball from Soto long. Well, plenty of action at McMahon Stadium. For both the players on the pitch, the fans in the stands having to exit to the concourse level during that lightning break. But the action is still feverish on a hot night in Calgary. Thurton with the ball. Small does well to win that back. Savitsky. Storty. Oh, Doherty-Howard thought Savitsky was still there. Moore slowed. Rowe is slow to get up. on the right touch line. So Rowe and Savitsky battling, and Rowe's going to get some attention there. Manor with the long clearance. All the bodies are falling. Rolfsma. Doherty Howard calls her number. The shot from distance, a little off the mark, but she certainly does have that in her tickle trunk. Doherty Howard. And certainly Lydia Bedford giving her full rein to have a shot from distance. Had that screamer off a free kick against the Vancouver Rise, their last victory. They'll play advantage there. Pickett. To Rowe. Rowe is looking to connect with Hunter, couldn't quite get there. And if you're just joining us, Esther Okoronkwo not available today, didn't travel with the team, obviously just got back from the African Cup of Nations where Nigeria took home the title. She was so pivotal with her team trailing 2-0 to Morocco and scoring a goal in the second half and then assisting on 2 others for a 3-2 win. Cathro turning. Barnett and Cathro trying to get out of trouble. And they do. Rowe to Regan. Tried to complete the switch over to Zoe Burns. We'll see some substitutions now for Calgary. Jackie Savitsky coming out of the match for Tegan Stewart, and Collie Johnson coming in. So there's Tegan Stewart, the 17-year-old Calgary native. Goal and assist on the season for Tegan Stewart. Collie Johnson, who's been battling some injuries late, Calgary's leading scorer with 3 goals, comes into the match as well. Barnett trying to get by Stewart, he can't.
Calgary Wild FC substitution brought to you by Remax. Coming off the pitch, number 6, Jackie Savitsky, and number 23, Catherine Harder. Coming onto the pitch, number 15, Collie Johnson, and number 30, Tegan Stewart.
Stewart's first touch. Little clunky out of foot, but very determined player, Stewart. Manor under pressure from Bauckham. Moore. Rolfsma. It's to Green. Green having to go down this left side, finds Johnson. Johnson, that was read well by Small. And Johnson fouls.
Yellow card received by Calgary Wild FC number 18, Sarita Thurton at the 70th minute.
Sarita Thurton picked up a card during the run of play. Johnson able to turn Burns. Burns squeaks it back. Storty looking for a long throw, trying to find Thurton. Small give and go with Regan. And now finds Hunter. Moore does well to get back. Ball played over top, looking for Thurton. Read by Barnett. Stewart, some space. Johnson. Johnson, the cross, looking for that back post for Thurton. Out for a goal kick. Was this the final pass? Wasn't there? Both players down. Hunter earning that foul. A free kick, Toronto. Foul against Robertson.
Today's attendance is 2,676. Thank you for supporting the Northern Super League, and thank you for making today's match presented by United Way of Calgary area live. We look forward to seeing you back here in our next home match on Saturday, August 16th, as we take on the Halifax Tides FC. Kickoff is scheduled for 2 p.m.
Moore to Green. Green looking forward. Maybe looking for Doherty Howard, but went a little long. Manor will waste a little bit of time. Her team up 2-1. Bukovic to Green, closed down quickly by Burns. Rolfsma back to Bukovic. One time to Storty. Doherty Howard has some room. Looking for Jorian Bockham on the break, and Manor read that very well. Manor off her line. And this is the kind of attack that Lydia Bedford wants from her team. Seeing players like Bockham or Harvey or Johnson, Sarita Thurton getting behind defenders. And they have that quality, and Doherty Howard able to play them in. Regan. Just past Barnett. Substitution coming in for AFC Toronto. It'll be Lauren Rowe coming out of the match. And Chloe Udenberg coming in.
Number 77, Lauren Rowe, coming onto the pitch. Number 22, Chloe Udenberg.
Chloe Udenberg, her 5th appearance of the season, has a goal already. And just outside of our picture that you see there, Sophia Manor down, getting some medical attention, so the players will take an opportunity to fuel up, get a few little tips, make some adjustments perhaps. Second half, of course, delayed by lightning, has really flown by. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Calgary Wild looking to equalize, and AFC Toronto looking to take 3 points. Both teams, as we mentioned off the top of the show, coming in off 2 losses. So this would break someone's skid. Right now looking to tilt in the favor of AFC Toronto, but Calgary's been pushing. And they've got 10 minutes and change to get it done. See Kaylee Hunter getting some mustard packets. That's helps with the cramping. Rolfsma looking up, trying to get a ball in behind, headed away. I believe that's Colby Barnett down. Just went up for a header, may have got that a bit off her face, it looks like. She'll have to exit the pitch. Colby Barnett, one of the iron women of the league. See there, took that clearance off the face. Has played every single minute for AFC Toronto this season. Doherty Howard, the cross in. Manor had to back up, backpedal. Robertson to Storty. Baucom. Covered by Cathro. Udenberg gets that out of trouble to Hunter. Tackled by Michaela Moore, and that'll be likely a yellow card for Kaylee Hunter. Maybe not this time. Wasn't a jersey pull. Colby Barnett is back on the pitch after some repairs. Moore is trying to chip over top, looking for Baucom. Calgary looking for targets, but Barnett back on the ball, heading that away. You can see she's got something hanging out of her nose. She is one tough number, that's for sure. Ball in, Tegan Stewart. Couldn't grab control of it. Small goes forward. Now looking for Kaylee Hunter in a battle with Rolfsma. Rolfsma and Hunter. Hunter cuts it back to Udenberg. Out of danger. Bukovic playing this quickly. Hunter going on a run, had Rolfsma beat. Got the ball in, but the Udenberg's run just a little, not delayed enough. Doherty Howard looking for Baucom. Oh, she was waiting for it, and Rollins got a foot on it. Might have been offside. Colby Barnett. Probably can't breathe too much through her nose right now, but she's back on the pitch. Bukovic calling for it. 5 minutes left in this match, plus added time. There will be some added time, of course. Calgary still playing direct, looking over top for Johnson. Johnson will chase that down. Johnson against Burns. And Calgary was hoping for the call there. Green may have an argument. Hope for Toronto throw. Stewart trying to thread Baucom. Thurton gets the call there, the foul on Pickett. Toronto collapsing, not allowing Calgary any kind of through ball at this time. That was something Marko Milanovic wanted to make sure they were all on the same page in every phase of the game, whether it was their press, whether it was getting their shape back. In transition. They've defended well so far. Free kick here, Doherty Howard has an assist on the first goal. Doherty Howard. Ball bounces through, gets to Johnson. Johnson against Rollins. Johnson, the cross in, skips over the head. Thurton back to Doherty Howard, the shot. Lots of bodies in front, but Manor saw that the whole way. Here's Johnson. Gets the cross in, skipped over the head. Doherty Howard's shot. We'll see a substitution from Kaylee Hunter. Out of the game, the 17-year-old scored Toronto's first goal of the game today, and Jade Kovacevic coming in for these final few minutes for AFC Toronto. Calgary will restart out of the back. Trying to get a result out of this, so the Calgary Wild trailing by a goal. Looking over top for Bockham. Manor had to be careful, get that out of trouble. Stewart defending Uddenberg. Burns, patient. Out of bounds. Approaching the 90-minute mark at McMahon Stadium. Thurton shielding and does get the call. And this is real territory for Doherty Howard. Doherty Howard, two-footed player, bent one around the wall against Vancouver. And will we see a repeat here? The fans are cheering. Fans want something here. 4 minutes of added time, and this might be the greatest opportunity of all. Doherty Howard, will she go on goal? She'll go across the header. No, just over the head of Michaela Moore. Decent delivery. Another glance. Just over the head of Moore.
The official has indicated a minimum of 4 minutes of added time in the second half.
Well, they still have some opportunities. But AFC Toronto's been tough to break down in this second half. Moore. Looking forward. Johnson. Storty. Oh, Thornton almost got tangled up in her foot. Gets it back to Moore. Thurton. Robertson closed down by Regan. And pushed off the ball. Regan moving forward. It's got Small now. Small's going to try and waste some time. along this right touchline. And Rolsma gets the goal kick. So physical play on both sides. Is there an equalizer for the Calgary Wild? Or does AFC Toronto pull off another 2-1 victory? Doherty Howard, the run. The ball over top a little too far. Sophia Manner's been reading the balls well, coming off her line. Bukovic sending it way back in. Johnson! Johnson's on a break. Manner off her line again. So Sophia Manner coming up big off her line. Final moments of the second half. AFC Toronto with a 1-goal lead. Kovacevic will again waste some time. Offside was the call, but the ball was not dead, so need to restart. Some more. Could be any time now. Sheila Couture looking at her watch. Is there any moment here? Got to pump it in. Doherty Howard. Storty. The cross in. Still alive, Bockham! Oh my! Oh my, what an opportunity right at the final whistle for the Calgary Wild, and Jorian Bockham. AFC Toronto escape with a 2-1 win. Look at this. Look at that opportunity. Storty, great delivery. It bounced right to the foot of Bockham and just over the bar. Marko Milanovic, a few deep breaths, I'm sure. But AFC Toronto, a hard-fought 2-1 win over the host Calgary Wild. Well, Calgary, it's a third straight loss, but that was a hard-fought one. From opening whistle. Michaela Moore, the goal for Calgary. Kaylee Hunter. And Emma Regan with the goals. Regan's goal standing up as the winner today. Sophia Manner, solid game in goal. But all that matters is the 3 points, and Toronto still on top of the table. Let's take a look at the game stats. Calgary FC with the possession today and the advantage in shots. The shots on target very even. So a really, well, it could have gone either way. And we saw that right at the end of the game with a glorious opportunity for Jorian Bockham to tie things up. As for how things stand right now, this is not the updated scoreboard, but AFC Toronto still on top. They'll get 3 points added to that. Montreal had a draw today with Halifax. And then, of course, our later Super Saturday game, Vancouver and Ottawa from Swangard Stadium. You've been watching the NSL Super Saturday presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. I'm Signa Butler on behalf of our crew. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Even though it was a weather delay, final score from McMahon Stadium in Calgary, AFC Toronto 2, Calgary Wild 1. Third time this season with the same scoreline, and it was a thriller. Thanks again for joining us, and stay tuned. More Northern Super League throughout the season.